Good morning, everybody, or good night, good evening, whatever time it may be. It's Zen. So this is part 2 of my first part where I left off the free 3pickdaily.com. Basically, I was in the process of changing over the domains, the name servers. So in our last video, we talked about how we went from the default of Godaddy to now we are pointing at WPX Hosting. So I don't know if this is going to update right now. Yeah, right here, see? So now it's WPX Hosting, WPX Hosting. And all that simply means is that this website is now hosted. Front-end users can actually go to it. And if you saw our last video, go back and watch if you haven't, but I mean, we literally walked through how easy this whole process is for you to get started. For your personal site, customer site, this is literally what I would do. So now we have the name servers pointed over, and we were here at Godaddy, see? But now we are here. So now we got a hello world, welcome to WordPress, blah, 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 blah. And I could be wrong, but we should have a secure link. No, it's not set up yet, but it's fine. We will do that. So at this point, to get into the back end of your website, you want to just do something like that. Let's see here, get this. And then I'm going to copy a password over. I like to save my passwords in Google Sheets. So, and then you can go ahead and save this because this will save to this website. Makes sense? That account. One of the things you guys want to do is see if I can pull up something that's offline. I got so many browsers. I think this one. No, it's one I'm in now. It's fine. I think it's this one. All right. So one of the things I like to do is like go to Google OneDrive, and this helps you with project management. So now we have our WordPress site live, right? So now you got to get organized. Go get a OneDrive. It's free. It's a little bit easier to. That's why I hate being logged in. OneDrive. I think maybe if I just try to patch into OneDrive. There. So I just had to kind of patch in with like my old one. So this should be like our folder, and it's very simple. You know, you want to start with the up level. So like I would pick free. You know, pick whatever the .com was. So I'm going to use this in my agency's OneDrive, but the cool thing is like when you start projects, set up a new Gmail, and you can get access to this free OneDrive. And then you could just do things like name the sheet to free pick daily master login. See how that works? And then you can just easily share this link like in the future or whatever. So like anybody with this link right here can have access to this document. And I would start with like putting WordPress, and then I would put user, password, and start saving this information. It's very easy to stay organized at that point, right? You can also adjust like these links power of people. So if it's a viewer, then obviously they can't adjust the data that's inside. But if they're editor, they can. Commenter, I'm not sure. But also you can just send it directly to certain people as well. You would just put in their email right here, for example. So that's a little dive into OneDrive there, and just start building this out, in my opinion. So, um, then you can have website, socials, things like that, right? So let's go ahead and remove these because we don't need them for now. Okay, so that's OneDrive, and this is where you store a lot of your documents, your thoughts, and we use Google Sheets, Google Docs, literally religiously in this field. All right, so now that's covered. Where do you go once you have signed in through the process? And if you forgot, let me just go ahead and show you again real quick. Try to log out. So I have my other Google Sheet with my password, and look at save my information. So I can just hit log in. All right, here's what I do. So I go to plugins, and I want to go ahead and start getting there's a wow, I'm really drawing a blank here for some reason. I want to get the, was it like Astra page builder? Oh, Astra right there, starter templates, Astra starter. So we're going to go ahead and install this plugin for our WordPress, and it's going to allow us to select, we're going to activate right here. It's going to allow us to select a template for our website very, very quickly, and then we can edit on that. There's two benefits to that. Once it's activated, you see this plugins page now again, so just hit see library. And the prime reason for this is just speed, scalability, things like that. So just click build my website. You want to use this one, don't use Beaver or Block Editor, just trust me. And so Elementor is where you want to go. So here's all the predefined templates, and then you can upgrade to like a premium account version, so you can get some like better designs, you could say. But I mean, the free ones are really, really good. I don't really know exactly how I want to place this site just off my head, so I kind of didn't plan that too well in the future. So what we're going to do is take a moment to look at some competitors. And find something kind of similar. OSKEIMS sports pick.com. Hopefully it's the right .com, which I think it is. All right. Pretty basic. That's this one. And then the other competitor is duckinvestments.com. Nice. Maybe I got the URL wrong. Duckinvestments.com. No, guess their website's down. Duckinvestments.com. That's so weird. So it's working on the phone, but not the desktop. So weird. Unless I was just spelling it wrong. Now see, there's this really, I would say pretty decent compared to the other one. So I don't have a lot to go off of there, but it's okay. So this is the fun part. You don't have to rush. Just kind of like scroll through it. Usually the way it works to me is like things jump out to me. So like this one, the personal trainer, just because I feel like we can be a little bit more custom with how the site should look and the type of clientele we're looking to attract. So for me, it's just like changing out the elements, and then like I know I'm going to get rid of this girl, but I feel like I could pretty much easily put some betting things and sports stuff in the background. And this is pretty cool with the highlight and the scrolling thing in the background. So to me, this is just a really cool template, and I'm probably going to go with it. It says it's premium, so I don't know if I have premium overall anymore. Select template, personal trainer. We'll see what happens. So we're going to hit skip and continue. Ooh, you can change your default colors. Interesting. I mean, I do like the default, so I'm probably going to leave it to that. And then text is fine. Hit continue. Like the start template. Unlock access. That's the only thing. I don't think I have premium anymore. Let me see. Pretty sure I don't. Alright, no worries. So we can start over. Even though that one didn't even say the premium on the top. Oh, now it does. Okay, cool. Nice. But there's plenty of others I can work with. Probably this one. That's premium too. Of course, I always go for the premiums, right? Dang, this one's premium too. Alright, this one's regular. I really like this one though. It's always the fun part, let me tell you. This is a good one. This one would be a good one for us. But I mean, we could just build it. So it's no biggie. Find something else. It's e-commerce. So my client's going to have e-commerce anyways on his website. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably go with one of these just to make things a lot simpler, and then I can change out a lot of the functions. So it should be good. Color is purple. Um, just thinking the colors. Teal. All right, we'll go with this for now. I think we can skip this hopefully. So what it does is it installs Astra theme, and then this should install Elementor, I think, as well, because it imports other plugins. And just make sure these are all selected. And it takes a few seconds. Elementor is activated. Stripe for WooCommerce. So this is why it's nice to have when you start from the Astra Store templates, because they install a lot of necessary plugins from the beginning. You could go and install Elementor by itself. Nice. I actually never seen this one. WPS Lite. That's interesting. What we can do is just try it one more time, I guess. Actually, usually never run into issues. If it fails again, then we have to go and probably disable the other. Well, actually, that plugin won't even be here, so it's interesting. We're not even going to use that plugin, the one that failed. There we go, done. So for some reason, I had to run it twice. Oh, got some confetti. Got some confetti. All right, so now we can view our website. Okay. So now we have this e-commerce built website fairly quickly, right? And it's templatized, but it does have the power of the shop behind it already. So what we want to do is kind of edit from here to match our customer, which we'll cover in a later video. Just real quick, one of the ways that you can edit your site on the front end now that you have Elementor and a template is just click this edit with the Elementor button. And once this loads up, you can very easily start to edit things. So like if you click this box, you can edit the title and the description. And if you click this outer box, you can start messing with like the top padding. So if I put 0, see how close it moved it up. But if we put it back to our default, it's all nice and even. Same thing for the footer. You can do Control Z and it replaces what you basically, it rolls back the edit button. It's by itself usually, but same thing. So you can be like pick today, see how it does, and then you can just easily type in it. Like whatever page you have created on your website, you can type it in here and it will actually give you the link to it like that. So like contact us is probably created now, maybe not. I don't know off my head. So now when we refresh this page, for example, too, now we'll have the template. So maybe the about us is made. About. See? So everything's in blocks. So click here, you're working on the outside. Click in here, now you're working on this. It's pretty simple. And if you want to add elements, you just want to go up here, click on this, and then see now we have headers, we have image boxes, and then it's just adding some settings from there. I love me some Avino. Obviously the image is too large, so you would just play with the settings, and these are things that you pick up and learn obviously over time. Trust me, it took me a good year and a half just to understand how to quickly navigate all these settings. Every time you do apply a setting, you can just hit update, and that will apply it straight to the live version. But obviously, I don't want these updates at the moment, so I would just leave without saving, and now my site's back to how I left it. So we have a couple things that we can dive into. I want to show you about one more thing, and we'll stop the video, and then I'll make another part 3. But 2 things. So the website's unsecure right now. Cool thing with WPX, it's very easy to solve for the most part. So let's do that. What we first want to do is click right here and get back to our dashboard. and you want to go to your plugins. So we're going to delete some of this old stuff. I don't necessarily recommend, I mean, you could do it. I have the Elementor Pro version, so I'll go ahead and walk through installing that. We no longer need this per se, unless I just don't like my template after this, but I just wanted to pick something at least. W3 Forms Lite, we're not going to use at all, but we're going to leave it for now just because it's working on the live site, so it gives us like a template, a base to work with. So we do need to get something called really simple SSL, which helps force our HTTPS. And really, we should have activated this probably first before we actually imported our template. But it's fine. I mean, it's kind of a thing, but it's already done. So now it's activated, and I think what we want to do is probably generate a new or install a new. And then it's going to override the existing one. And this process is done pretty quickly. So let me give you a little backdrop of why, in theory, we probably should have installed the really simple SSL first. Point blank, when you install media, if your site's unsecure, when you download the media, then it usually shows up as unsecured media. So once you actually finally do go towards the locked version, you have to update the media to force it to the HTTPS. So it's a little technical, but we're going to see how things play out. So now this is updated. See what happens when we refresh this page. I think we have to just adjust one more setting. So we click up here. We probably don't need to click on anything. We're just going to let this run. See, the thing is they've updated plugins all the time, so you'll see different things sometimes. This doesn't matter. Let's see if we even show up here while we do this. Save terms and conditions. All right. And now it's going to go through this. Right. Please activate on your dashboard manually. It's all good. So save and continue. Hopefully. Go ahead and activate SSL. Nice. All right. So in theory, we're mostly ready to go. There we go. So now we're HTTPS. Cool. That actually worked out great. I'm not gonna lie. And that's basically what you do, right? We did the name servers over, right? We went up here and we went here and we dropped our two name servers in. You get this information from your hosting provider. Type it in. Go through the process, authenticate. And then once that goes through, it could take up to 48 hours for it to actually work on your new hosting, like where people can actually go to this .com, regardless if I have information on it or not. At that point, it's all about installing the plugin, which you can access by your dashboard here. Oh, once you activate your SSL, you have to re-sign in because now you're secure, right? So you want to go into your plugins when you're starting, once you get to this part, and just install the Astra page builder template, starter template. It's Astra starter. So just install that, and then select a theme that's going to come with a lot of your plugins, like WooCommerce, and that comes with like some default products and stuff already installed. It's just you guys set the settings as far as the merchant, put your products, change the price, but it gives you all the templates to work off of. And then the other plugin you want to start with is really Simple SSL, which I walked you through how to install, activate, and get it to work through WPX and WordPress. And then I showed you how to access your Elementor on the front end. You also can come into pages. These are all the default pages it gave me in my template. But for example, I could go to the contact page, hit that, and get right into customly editing this contact page. Contact us, and then this is from the WP forms. It's a short code, but it says it right there, WP forms. So we don't use that. Instead, we would use the Elementor version. So I think it's like this one. I have the Pro, so I just have to install the plugin. But I would just drag this over and put that in there. So hopefully this is a nice little recap of basically once you get your hosting ready to go, get your WordPress on your hosting and have the site somewhat accessible, then how to log in on the back end and start installing plugins and start getting a front end version up and working on that. All right. See you in part 3.